At this point in the earnings season, we've heard from pretty much all the banks, from the big money centers to the investment banks to the smaller regionals. Last week, I explained why I like some of the big boys. Did you see Goldman Sachs up a quick $15 since I recommended it just on Friday? But what about the regionals? We haven't heard from them on the show. You'd think this would be a good place to invest with the Federal Reserve poised to raise interest rates multiple times this year, instantly making the banking businesses more profitable. Yet look at First Horizon, FHM, one of our longtime faves. Tennessee-based regional bank, more than 300 locations throughout the South and the Southeast, which has become one of the hottest parts of the country. The thing is, when First Horizon reported on Friday, somehow the results didn't move the needle. I thought it was wrong. But listen, I think that it's because the quarter was kind of noisy and the stock had run in advance of the quarter. While First Horizon delivered inline earnings, better than expected sales up 17%, and a rising net interest margin, I get the impression people were thrown off by two things. Like every other bank, these guys took some charges because of the change in the tax code. And on top of that, First Horizon just closed on its largest ever acquisition, the $2.2 billion purchase of Capital Bank, which now makes them the fourth largest regional bank in America. I think it have a lot more upside. Let's take a closer look with Brian Jordan, the chairman and CEO of First Horizon National. Hear more about the quarter and his company's prospects. Mr. Jordan, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you. Good evening.
Brian, you predicted that there would be a resurgence in lending. You predicted that our country would be stronger and there'd be growth and less regulation. Everything you said on our show has panned out. What has it meant for First Horizon shareholders?
Well, it's been good for First Horizon shareholders. As you stated in your introduction, we've seen a little bit of improvement in our stock price, and we just yesterday increased our dividend by 33%. Our board voted to increase the dividend, which is a sign of the growth and the profitability and strength of our business, but it's also a bit of a signal that we believe that the future for our business and our industry is strong and that we ought to reward shareholders.
Now, you made a fantastic acquisition. Most banks can't even acquire anymore. They're too big. Tell us what it brings and tell us about the integration, because a lot of times these systems are difficult to integrate and they take a couple of quarters to get right.
That's exactly right. The integration is objective number one for 2018. We have a great group of people who are spending virtually full-time, if not more than full-time, working on the planning and the steps to get the transaction integrated. But what it'll do for us and what it is beginning to do is really open up and strengthen our markets outside of Tennessee. As you'll recall, we've had a presence in North Carolina for going on 15, 17 years, and this really strengthens our presence in North Carolina, upstate South Carolina, and we also pick up a meaningful presence in South Florida. So it gives us a number of great growth markets. They're very strong demographically with good household income growth, household wages, and dynamic markets. So it opens up our marketplace and gives us a tremendous number of additional opportunities to deliver our products and services in high growth markets.
I am trying to get people to understand the importance for people who come to your bank for small business loans, medium-sized loans, that the world has changed. That regulatory problems seem to be in the rearview mirror. Are you having people who wouldn't take loans out before who are now courageous and brave enough because they feel the environment's changed?
Yes, we are seeing a pickup in lending activity. It is a little bit of a sense of excitement over the last year. Some of it, I'm sure, is a rollback in some of the regulatory environment, both in financial institutions and the broader economy. And then we've seen a good bit of excitement with the passage of tax reform in the December timeframe. And clearly the ability of financial institutions to lean in a little bit more and make credit available to not only small businesses, mid-sized businesses, and large businesses, but also consumers, I think is going to be a strong tailwind for the economy over the remainder of 2018 into 2019.
Why are some of my wealthier friends all buying land in Nashville? What's going on in your state that there are a lot of people who literally are going down there, and they are speculators, I have to admit, but want to buy property and want to buy projects in Tennessee? What is going on?
Yeah. Well, Tennessee is a dynamic market. There was a little blurb inside the front page of the Wall Street Journal today The governor of Tennessee, Governor Bill Haslam, was talking yesterday about what it means to be in a no-income tax state, a low-tax state in total, and the advantages that presents. Middle Tennessee has been a dynamic economy for several years. It's driven by a number of factors, healthcare being one of the leading ones, but also entertainment, music, and banking. So it has continued to grow and to grow rapidly. We're seeing a huge growth in people in Middle Tennessee. And when you look at the skyline in Tennessee, the first thing you notice is just the sheer number of cranes. That has to do with people moving in, the need for additional office space. So I think it's a great opportunity for people to invest in real estate, but it's also a great place for people to build their businesses. Not to the exclusion of the rest of Tennessee. There's great growth dynamics going on in Chattanooga and Memphis and Knoxville. So Tennessee is a great business environment. There's great taxes, as I mentioned. Work and labor laws are very, very favorable, and so we're seeing good growth across the state, and we're proud to have a strong banking presence here.
Well, it's been a remarkable resurgence, and you've been an integral part of it, and I think your stock has a lot more room to run. I want to thank Brian Jordan, Chairman, President, CEO of First Horizon. We liked it at 11. It's going much higher. Thank you, sir. Stick with Cramer. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.